Okay, I need to start hyping myself up like this. Subdoxx, it's JoeB. And welcome back to a new live reaction and review. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Mentis 1 by Mentis Audio. This is the brand new label of a certain someone, a very important figure in the underground tear-out scene, who since recently is finally getting the recognition he deserves. Nimda has dropped a compilation under his new label, Mentis Audio. This thing is 11 tracks. I've heard of every single motherfucker on it. We got some Dala in here, some Executioner, some Punishment. Very excited, very excited. And yeah, I love to see new labels pop up from time to time, as long as they bring something different to the table, which, looking at this track list, this is going to be very angry dubstep on show, very tear-out leaning music, but I should really like this because I'm a fan of a lot of the people on this compilation. Yeah, I don't know really what else to say, but yeah, without further ado, I need to quit talking. Let's get into this. Nimda, Defeat. Got the Samuel Tune tag, rest in peace. I need to chill on this coffee, goodness gracious. Quick intro, quick build, some vocal sampling in there. Oh, it's this one. Oh, I like that. That has this old school tear out vibe to it for some reason. Like the movement of it. Oh, machine guns. Yeah, that ringing, falling in pitch delivery. At first, very solid. Police sirens. Oh, nice wub. His wubs are always crisp. Okay, solid drop. Now let me take this shit off real quick. Ooh! Love when he goes rapid. I've said it before. Not too rapid, but just rapid enough. Oh, this to round out the drop. Yup, fucking with it. Ooh, different flow here. Okay, okay. Solid Nimda tune. Can't complain. Sounds were fresh. Drops were fleshed out, well-rounded. Same ideas, more or less. Same idea in the A section of the first and B section of the second, but executed differently flow-wise. I really cannot complain. Yeah, I hope that tune gets some mainstream attention too, like his fucking showcase did. But let's get into JoeB. Joe freaking B. Warlord. Alright, some breaks, on-show break beats. I like this Eastern feel here, that's really cool. And the sub propping it up. Oh, it's this one. Where's it? Where's the machine guns? Woo! Acapella on top too. Oh, his sustains have been getting so screechy and almost obnoxious, but in the best way possible. The sound to those. Go off. Oh goodness. The sections of those drops were too compact. Almost too fucking compact. The pitch movement of those sustains, like each sustain is trying to outdo the other. I love that. And then the machine gun delivery was the crispest I've ever heard. of Joe's, honestly. I thought the machine guns were gonna come in earlier, but I don't mind him blue balling me like that at first. And this, like, breakbeat section here. I've heard the acapella too. What is the sub doing? It's like thudding type shit. I don't even know. The way Joe repurposes his sound that he's made for himself in the last 1.5 years. It started off pretty Odd Prophet inspired, but he's coming to his own, I feel like, since Rock a Party. And the shit has become so distinguishable at this point. And the way he finds so many uses with that formula. The screechy, tonal sustains, the machine gun. And I really love the breakbeat incorporation he's been putting into his music as well as of late. On Coming for Your Neck as well. But yeah, execution is arguably just as important as ideas when it comes to music, and JoeB does not seem to miss, really. I mean, Foghorny and Petrol for Breakfast are the only 2 tracks that I recall of his right now that weren't great, in my opinion. The rest are, and those 2 are pretty cool as well. I do like them. And yeah, I genuinely hope that he keeps up this constant stream of just enjoyable, mainstream appealing tear out, because it's really working for him. I hope I never see the day where his style becomes outplayed. That was great. Let's get to Dala and Aimless with Bare Knuckle. So this must be old, unless Dala's back, because I know Dala quit, unfortunately. Well, the Dala alias at least. He goes by Vexu now. And I love to see him incorporate some elements of his Dala style into Vexu, like with Chasm, his WGX track. Okay, the flow's a bit formulaic. I'm not sure about the risers either in the back of the mix. Ooh, that was nice. This is it. This is it. I like this section much more. That makes it. I'm not sure about that sustain either. Ugh, nice growl. That's Aimless. That is Aimless. Oh, nice variation there. Aha, that's that Dala. His sound. Nice incorporation of their styles. Nice fill. Oh, that sub. I like the pronunciation of that stab. Ow, ow, ow. That's tight. Very tight. I like this section a lot. I gotta say, this tune picks up. At first, I wasn't all too sure about it. A little straightforward. Sounds, of course, were great. It's Dala and Aimless on show. Kind of uneventful at first, but yeah, that switch definitely picks up, and the second drop variation, I appreciate it as well. As I was saying, since Dala quit his alias, him incorporating the Dala sound into Vexu on Chasm, I really fucked with. It worked wonders, not gonna lie. And I love to see more from him like that. Because it's still reminiscent of the Dala style, but it's an entirely different beast. I mean, it is pretty vicious drum and bass at the end of the day, which is far from what Dala brought to the table, with the exception of like Final Border. So yeah, I don't know when this collab was made and shit, but it's solid. is cool. As for Aimless, I heard plenty of Aimless in there. That nasty growl synthesis, on point as always. And Dala's glossy tear out style just fits seamlessly into it, really. Solid collab, picks up the pace very well. Alright, let's get to Jordan McLeod, Executioner, Thrasher. I don't remember which tune this is. I know it was on the 2021 showcase. Make sure to check out my video on it if you haven't. Crazy showcase. Crazy showcase. It's this one, yeah. It's the muddy one. The very sludgy, muddy one. Right? I remember the intro. Horrifying intro. The way that sound just bounces off of the muddiness. That is a weighty ass kick clap. There's something offset about the percussion again, like on Psycho. I love when he does that. It gives it just that extra swing. Not everything is 100% on beat. That goes deep. That cuts deep. This is a solid tune. By far not my favorite off the 2021 showcase, but nonetheless solid. Got into it. Shout out to that bouncy ass sound for keeping the pace as the drops went on. Fucks with it, fucks with it. Let's get to D-Line. D-Line. Average dance anthem. Haven't heard much from bro as of late. Other than a couple showcases. Kind of a disco feeling here. It's cool. There's that staple D-line. What is that? I'm not sure if it's a Reese. That light bass line. Foghorn? I don't know. Okay, we got an acapella, a vocal, a singing vocal, and a D-line tune. His staple lasery sounds to fill out the mix. It's a pretty standard D-line drop. Not bad. There it is. Bring that rhythm. There it is right there. That's what I needed. Just something to differentiate it. The sustain. I love how it pitched loud. That's one of the best instances I've heard D-Line incorporate some rhythm sounds into his tunes. He just put a big ass tear out sustain over it that sort of fluttered its way through the mix as it went on, and the pitch was crazy, and he just put that rhythm sound on top, that rhythm synth, to keep the pace. Ooh, nice breakbeat. But this is very disco. Could have used a second drop, but this is really cool. Yeah, eclectic blend of tear out, rhythm, disco music on here. Pretty cool. It would have been formulaic if not for the fact of that disco influence and a little rhythm incorporation as well. But then again, formulaic D-Lion, for the most part, can do no wrong. So yeah, that was good. Alright, Subdoxx, Necropolis. Not huge on Subdoxx. Really cool orchestration here. Lo-fi beat. These strings are unnerving. Nice ambiance too. The movement of that sound design was difficult to get into at first, but very interesting. Nice and rearing, the way it just lashes out. That's some demonic stuff here. Probably the best I've heard from Subdoxx thus far. I like how seething it is. Oh, nice tension. Again, a little difficult to get into. Okay. Dropstone 100% feel fully fleshed out. Calm Before the Storm intro, appreciate that. Pretty solid, matter of fact. If you would have done a little more with both of those drops, I would have really liked this. I still like it. It's not great in my opinion, but nice detour from the formulaic underground tear out chunky machine guns, that style that Kronomikal popularized. Nice gnashing timbre to those synths. Interesting listen. Interesting listen. Execution wasn't 100% there, but just enough for it to be pretty cool to listen to. Alright, Punishment, Malice. Is this the one I'm thinking of? The filtering to those build-up drums is nasty. Oh, it's this one. Ghost touch and oh, off the pitch. Oh yeah, he just continued from there from this pitch. Just keeps on going up. Oh, I love when he goes shrill and ringing. Very tight flows. And goes back down. Okay. Yeah, this is another instance of a tune picking up. Formulaic Punishment at first, so already pretty good to begin with, but then he spices it up with that like rising pitch. What was that came in? The sustain type synth. Oh, layering. Those drawn out portions were so sick. Goodness. And again, it sounded like they were layered with something. Like this screech or something. It might just be the movement of the sound design, but I feel like he layered it with something. Yeah, I remember after listening to this clip, it not being my favorite Punishment tune. Pretty standard for him, but listening to this tune in its fully developed form, it's really good. Punishment's one of those producers where my standard for his music is so high that sometimes it's just unfair. Yeah, I like that tune a lot, but some of the music he's dropped, especially this year, Qatar, Sputum, Eviscerate, are just unbelievable. I will try my best to not compare every single Punishment tune, or just generally compare one song being objectively good to a producer's entire discog, because that is obnoxious as fuck. But yeah, really messed with that one. I am satisfied. Let's get to my man Stag with Tension Screamer. All his intros have the same vibe, full of horror. Oh, thought the drop was gonna come in. Oh, what are those dissonant sounds? Those creaky sounds. Oh, the sustains! Scar sample. Wow, such blown out and screechy and loud sustains on show. Outside the dark figure, all the music I've heard. Oh shit. Damn, bro, did I headbang that hard? Oh, the way they pitch up! And is that sub movement I hear? Oh, that bass line. Right there. Something is fluctuating there. I love how he's working with these dissonant sounds here, those screechy sustain sounds in the non-drop sections. Outside the dark figure, the music I've heard of Spencer's tends to revolve around sustain basses. But I feel like he always brings something different to the table, like Leave Me Alone, for example. His most recent song. I enjoy that one quite a bit. The reverb control on it, with the sustain patterns, the way it leaves you hanging at points, the empty space to it. Yeah, and this is something entirely different. I don't think I've heard sustains as blown out and manic and screechy and loud as these on show here. In comparison to the rest of his music. And the way they just up and pitch is crazy. And I don't know what he did in some of those sections, but there was some sub-movement there. There was something just spazzing out. That's actually going to be one of my favorites so far, not going to lie. Yeah, just taking that sustain-based sound to extreme levels. Yeah, I like that one a lot. Kronomikal, AOI KAMI. Thick riffs. I'm not a metalhead, but I can always appreciate some thick riffs. Oh, the way he put in the building. Okay, I like this more. Okay, variation is good. I like the sounds. New rhythm with some tear out weight. The main problem I have with this tune is the drop's backdrop, the gigantic cymbals, the heavy percussion. It doesn't really match up with the tear out flavored new rhythm sound design. If you would have gone in the kick clap direction, added a neat little China or ride in the back, it would have worked more. So when I'm saying his backdrop and sound design don't work well together. See how huge those cymbals are? And then you have this playful little delivery there. Especially how rapid it is. That's kind of obnoxious. The movement here is the best. Yeah. Big ass pan snare. Huge rides, crashes, whatever was going on in the back of the mix. Doesn't work all too well with the new rhythm sound design and the sprightly delivery. The backdrop didn't need to be so big. It didn't need to be so big. It didn't need to be so gargantuan and stompy. Just a neat little kick clap, not as much reverb to whatever was going on in the back. Just something further up in the mix, percussion-wise, would have worked so much better, I feel like, to back up those bouncy, Kronomikal flavored new rhythm sounds. Yeah, individually, I like the backdrop, I like the sound design, but does it work together? I don't think so. And with that being said, that tune is my least favorite so far, unfortunately. Alright, Supercool, Shatterjaw. As stated before, I've known Supercool's music for a long time now, but I've never really gotten into it. We'll see what we get here. The growl synthesis in the back is really cool. That twisting and turning sound, really great. The tear out sound design is interesting. It's kind of too shard-like and too unimpactful for me. This switch is better. The sounds are rough around the edges. The timbre of them could have been honed in on. I'm not sure about those tear-out machine guns. Either they feel overly distorted or like block-like, too shard-like maybe. I'll try to get into the second drop. Yeah, it's mainly a sound design thing that I'm iffy about. Like, flow-wise, that was good. That was cool. The more whistly timbre. Yeah. It's an eclectic tear-out tune. I hear a lot of influences from contemporaries. This is a really solid fake-out. I'm liking that fake-out. This is a cool section. I'm torn on this tune. The one synth that rubs me the wrong way the most is that tear out stab, this one right here. That overblown, glassy timbre to it, it lacks any real weight. I feel like it's just blown out to make up for the lack of impact it has. I'm not sure about that. Those switches were cool, and as I was saying, it's an eclectic tear out tune. I hear some Nimda influence in there as well as some Punishment and Aimless vibes. Yeah, I'm torn on it. It's just some of those sections, specifically the machine gun laden ones, weren't 100% it. But yeah, it's a sound design thing. Is it overly metallic, too overblown? Is it not impactful enough? It's one of those factors, or all of them, or a mixture of all of them, that plays into me not being the biggest fan of that machine gun sound design. Okay, Malaise, Cyborg, final track, Big Man Malaise. My man has improved a lot producing in the past year or so. I hope this is the one he sent me a couple days back, because I genuinely enjoyed that one. Wait, hold on. There's like something pausing in that build-up. It sounds like it wasn't intentional, but you know what? I do like it. Like, this atmosphere of sound. See how jittery it is? I like that. Alright, it's not the one I was hoping for. The flow is good. This one, not so much. Bring that like one part back. Right there, right there. How swift that is, I like that. Yeah, I'm not crazy about the sound design here either. Okay, that was decent. Questionable flows at points, especially when the drop opens. But there was one delivery in that drop that was pretty easy to get into. Fluid and solid fake out. There's an overtone. That's a solid overtone. The notation. I like this the most. Nice little vocal hits. Yeah, I mean, mix isn't amazing, nor is the sound design. But the drops were fleshed out, the ambition is there, the variation is there between A and B section switches. This is okay. It's okay. Alright, this is me recording 2 days later. After my reactions, I accidentally deleted my first outro footage. Lucky I didn't delete any reactions, but here we are. Yeah, that was this compilation. I enjoyed it quite a bit. My 3 favorite songs got to be the JoeB, the Punishment, and the Stag. Least favorite track, I'm looking at the Supercool. It's Kronomikal or Supercool. Yeah, I'm digging this comp quite a bit. Kind of dips towards the end, in my opinion, not by much, because I didn't enjoy those 3 tracks thoroughly as much. But yeah, this thing's good. But after having went through this compilation, I can't help but wonder, going back to what I touched on before even getting into these songs, what is the future for Mentis as a label? Don't get me wrong. These labels, spearheaded by individual producers, I mess with them. Like, take Malignant, for example. Murata with Malignant. I mess with Malignant. But I do wish Murata would drop other people's EPs under Malignant, or have some other style of release outside of just full-length comps once a year and his own music. I just feel like it'd help round out the label as a whole, and it'd give it a more distinct aesthetic as well. Same thoughts for Mentis, really. Same thoughts. I mean, if Nimda were to drop other people's EPs on Mentis, hell, I could see bro dropping stuff from his metal bands on here. I mean, I'm not a metalhead, but I'd love to see it. And sure, Malignant and Mentis are already somewhat distinct because they are the artistic visions of the respective producers behind the labels. But just introducing more styles of releases and solo EPs from other people, I feel like it just flesh it out. And going back to label aesthetic, this is the first release under Mentis, and this compilation predominantly focuses on underground tear out with some rhythm thrown in there. And this comp slaps, but I do feel like Mentis needs something to help it distinguish itself from the sea of underground tear out labels just out in the atmosphere. You got Divine, you got Inhalant, you got Whitelist Records, you got, well, Interval doesn't really focus on tear out as much anymore, but that was the label when it came to underground tear out. They put that shit on the map back in the day. So yeah, I feel like Nimda killed 2 birds with 1 stone if he's planning to drop any other style of release under Mentis. But yeah, I have no idea what he's got planned. I'm very excited for the future of this label. Drop your opinions in the comment section below. Favorite tracks, least favorite tracks. What is your first impression of Mentis after having listened to this compilation? Make sure to support all the producers that took part. Make sure to follow my socials as well. Join my Discord, follow my Twitter, hit up my Instagram, whatever, for updates and news. This has been your boy JoAT, and I will see y'all in the next vid. Bye.